Welcome to the next episode and welcome to the Outer Banks in North Carolina. We are so excited to be here. This has been a spot that I've really been looking forward to checking out. So I invite you to come along and join Lavinia and I and Tilly as we explore just another slice of God's beautiful creation. You know, January in the Outer Banks, it's probably, I don't know, there's pluses and minuses to being here. I guess maybe one of the minuses is a lot of the shops and restaurants are closed for the season. To be honest though, that doesn't really affect us given we're living in our van and are pretty self-sufficient. The plus side is, man, we feel like we have this place almost to ourselves. There's a lot to see and do here. I'm excited just to do a lot of photography. So let's go check it out. Let's get going. Well, it's our first sunrise here at the Outer Banks. You know, we're up at the kind of northern end of Outer Banks. It's an area called Corolla, and we've come down to the beach. The sun's just about to come up. It's a little cloudy, but we're getting a little bit of light coming through. I'm just really excited to be doing some photography this morning, so let's go see what we can do here. Well, I personally don't think a trip to the Outer Banks would be complete without a visit to the Wright Memorial at Kitty Hawk. You know, we've really enjoyed just kind of walking around. We did a ranger-led talk, just learning about the history of the Wright brothers and that first flight in 1903. What I found just absolutely amazing though, it was only 66 years after that first flight that took place right here that man was on the moon. It is just amazing the amount of innovation that came afterwards. But all in all, a really fun visit, and we're just going to keep exploring the Outer Banks.
Easy come and easy go. You're an unfading star, a gentle love, the kind that lifts you up, no matter how far apart. I guess you could call it chance, but we know it's more than that. It's like we've always known that said it's...
All right, well, it is the morning of day 2 here on the Outer Banks. We camped last night at the Oregon Inlet Campground. We're actually going to stay there again tonight. There's very few options this time of the year for where we can sleep in our van, so we're at the campground, but the good news is it's literally right next to this beach. So I got up at sunrise this morning, came down here, did a bit of photography. We're going to just keep exploring things today at the Outer Banks. We are going to head over to Roanoke Island and check things out there. So Roanoke has a fascinating history of a 400-year mystery of a lost colony. If you don't know that story, I really suggest you go look it up. Well, it's our third morning at the Outer Banks. We stayed again last night at the Oregon Inlet Campground. It worked out great. Woke up this morning to quite a bit of fog. It was pretty thick and quite a bit of mist. Surprisingly, the sun is now shining. So I actually didn't get up this morning at sunrise for photography. The plan today, though, is we're gonna just keep heading south. We're gonna drive down the Hatteras National Seashore, check things out, hoping the clouds will continue to break. It does look like we're getting a little bit of breakage right now. The big question, though, is where we're gonna sleep tonight. There really are very few options around here, especially this time of the year. A lot of the campgrounds are closed for the season. The Park Service is really strict about parking anywhere that's not in a campground. We also hear that local citizens don't like it too much, so they will call it in. So we'll just have to figure that out, see where we sleep tonight, but I'm actually really excited. The sun is coming out right now. I actually may grab my camera and go down to the beach and see what it looks like down there. All right, well, we've come to the end of day 3. We just really enjoyed today, just the drive down. We made a few stops along the way. The conditions definitely did get better weather-wise. The fog did break. We had quite a bit of blue sky, so really enjoyed it. We ended the day at the Cape Hatteras Lighthouse for sunset. That lighthouse is actually the tallest brick lighthouse in the US. It's pretty impressive, so really enjoyed just checking that out. I went down to the beach just to do a bit of photography of the lighthouse right around sunset. Didn't have the best conditions for sunset, but regardless, it was beautiful. In my books, there's no better way to end the day but by the ocean with my camera in my hand. So all in all, a really good day. The good news is we did find a place to sleep tonight. Now, I'm not going to say exactly where it is because we were told that technically we're not allowed to park where we're going to park, but we got a bit of a wink wink. Nobody's going to bother you probably. So we actually just got here. We're going to park here tonight. Hopefully no one bothers us. We get a good night's sleep. The plan tomorrow is we're going to take the ferry over to Ocracoke Island. As we just continue to work our way south in the Outer Banks, that's the next stop. And the only way to get there is by ferry. So hopefully we'll get a good night's sleep tonight and we'll take the ferry over in the morning. All right, well, we made it through the night. No one bothered us. We got a pretty good night's sleep. So we're excited. It's another pretty foggy morning this morning. I was gonna go down to the beach and do a bit of photography again, but I woke up and it was literally pea soup out the window. So gonna go for a bit of a wander now, and then we're gonna head to catch the ferry and head over to Ocracoke Island. Well, today's getting off to a bit of a slow start. We're actually at the ferry terminal now. We're lined up, but it is still completely socked in with fog, and they said they're not gonna get to go until the fog breaks. So not sure how long we're gonna be here. We were trying to catch the 9 a.m. ferry. It is now about 9:10, and the fog doesn't look like it's anywhere near from breaking. So we'll see how long we're sitting here. All right, a quick update on our ferry situation. It is now past 11 o'clock. We've been here for a couple hours. We are still waiting. The fog might actually be thicker right now. So we're not too sure when or if we're going to get out today. We do hope we do get out. We do have a campground booked for tonight over at Ocracoke Island. So we will see. I'll give another update here in a bit. Well, we're now just past 12:30, so a little over 3.5 hours of waiting. The good news is the fog does appear to be slightly lifting. The bad news is the ferry that we're meant to be taking is still over at Ocracoke and hasn't left yet, and it's about an hour and a half's ferry ride. So we're gonna be here probably at least for another couple hours. In fact, they're not even sure what the conditions are over there. They're trying to reach the captain, so we'll just keep waiting and hope we get out at some point. Well, we just got some good news. It sounds like they're going to start loading up the boat here shortly. They had another crew come in, so they're able to actually use a different boat than the one that's still over in Ocracoke, but the visibility is good. The bad news is it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon, so it's been a bit of a wait to get going here, but we're just excited to get over, and hopefully we'll get there before sunset tonight.
Easy come and easy go. You're an unfading star, a gentle love, the kind that lifts you up, no matter how far apart. I guess you could call it chance, but we know it's more than that.
Well, after that 5-hour wait, we made it to Ocracoke. We just got off the ferry just a little bit ago. It's only about a 15-minute drive or so from the ferry to the campground. We got parked at our campsite, which is literally just a stone's throw away from the beach. Lavinia and I are excited to just go explore the beach. It's pretty gray and cloudy. We're actually getting pretty close to sunset. I'll maybe do a little bit of photography, but to be honest, I'm just excited to go and explore and walk down the beach a bit. We feel like we have this place to ourselves. I mean, this island, it's not a big island and it's very isolated. I mean, obviously the only way to get here is by ferry, but especially this time of the year, man, it is really, really quiet. We feel like we have the campground to ourselves. There are a few other people here, but we're just excited for the next couple of days just to kind of stop and relax and get some rest in. Well, that's it for this week. I really hope you enjoyed this episode. You know, for us, this was such an incredible week. When I think back to us planning van life and this lifestyle and what it would entail, I think a week like this just meets the definition. Like, so many of the boxes were ticked between the solitude, the beauty, being able to do a ton of photography, camping right next to a beach like this where we could just walk down and explore. We just absolutely loved it. I continue to feel so thankful and blessed that we get to explore all these beautiful places. I hope I'm doing a decent job of showcasing what we're getting up to. And I just continue to be so thankful for all the encouragement that I get from you guys as I put out these episodes. Stay tuned to next week as we head down to Congaree National Park in South Carolina, where we continue our quest to see all the national parks. Well, that's it for now. We'll see you on the road next time, and may God bless you.